They say every building has its secrets. Some are hidden behind drywall, others behind doors no one dares to open. But in the case of 5B, the door was always in plain sight. It just wasn't supposed to exist. When Noah moved into the old brick building on Ashcroft Street, he was just looking for a fresh start. He'd recently gone through a breakup, lost his job, and was desperate to get back on his feet. The apartment wasn't anything special, small, a little dusty. The elevator groaned like it hated being used, but the rent was cheap and utilities were included. The landlord, Mr. Halverson, handed him the keys and gave one warning. "Don't bother the tenant in 5B, he said with a shrug. "Quiet guy, doesn't like visitors." Simple enough. But the thing was, Noah lived in 5A. And 5B, it had no mailbox, no doorbell, no lights under the door, just a door. The hallway on the 5th floor was dim, like the building itself was tired of pretending it was worth living in. Noah passed 5B every day, and every day he felt the same thing. Wrongness. Not fear, not exactly, just unease. Like when you're walking downstairs and miss a step. Like something was watching him from behind the wood, pressing its face to the peephole. One night, after a particularly long shift at his new job, Noah returned home to find the door to 5B slightly ajar. Just barely. Just enough to see blackness inside, not the absence of light. Something thicker. A darkness that felt alive. He paused, heart thudding. Then the door creaked, just an inch, and closed, silently, smoothly. He didn't sleep well that night. That was when the sounds started. At first it was scratching, faint, sporadic, like nails dragging on plaster. Then whispers, unintelligible, like someone trying to speak through water. Then, one night, laughter, childlike, but wrong. Noah pressed his ear to the wall. The sound was coming from 5B, except there wasn't supposed to be anyone in 5B. The next morning he cornered the landlord. "Mr. Halverson, I thought you said someone lived in 5B. The landlord frowned. "No one's lived there in over 10 years. Noah blinked. "But you said not to bother the tenant." Mr. Halverson looked confused. "I said that?" His eyes went distant, pale. "Forget about 5B, he muttered and walked away. That night, Noah sat at his kitchen table, staring at the wall between his apartment and 5B. He tried to reason with himself. Maybe someone was squatting. Maybe it was raccoons in the walls. Maybe he was just stressed. But at 2:14 a.m., his hallway light flickered, and the scratching began again. This time it was louder, more desperate. He grabbed a flashlight and stepped into the hall. The air felt thick, like breathing through cotton. He approached 5B. The door was shut. He reached out and knocked. Nothing. Then knock, knock. From the other side, his flashlight flickered. The doorknob jiggled. And then, click, it opened. Noah stepped inside. Immediately, his flashlight died. But the darkness wasn't total. There was a faint, greenish glow coming from deeper inside. The layout was wrong, twisted, like someone had tried to mimic a real apartment, but had never been inside one. The walls were slanted, the ceilings too low. Everything looked stretched. A child's voice giggled ahead. He followed, past a bathroom with no mirrors, a bedroom with a bed made of concrete, a kitchen sink that dripped black water. Then he saw it, a room full of faces, not bodies, just faces, pressed into the walls, the ceiling, the floor, as if the building had absorbed them, their eyes wide, mouths open, silent screams. Then one of them blinked and whispered, "Run!" He turned. The hallway behind him was gone. Only walls remained. The door he came through had vanished. The green light began pulsing. The faces started moving, writhing beneath the surface like they were trying to escape. Noah ran, through hallways that shifted and looped. A door appeared at the end. He sprinted, grabbed the knob, and it was 5A, his own door. He fell through and slammed it shut behind him. It was morning. Everything looked normal, except for the scratches on the inside of his door, except for the faint green glow coming from beneath 5B's door again, except for the voicemail he got later that day. A message from a number with no caller ID. Just a whisper. Thank you for visiting. See you again soon.